Hello and welcome to the latest webinar from Inner Leadership. Tonight we actually go back to basics. Personally, I am actually quite new to the practice of meditation, and I know a lot of our listeners tonight are not. But this has made me very curious about the nature and practice and history of meditation. And when I look at this, what I found is that in meditation that there is a lot of common areas across all religions. But some of the core beliefs are non-sectarian. And though you may or may not find something spiritual about an element to meditation, it does lead to a lot of mental strength. To date on this webinar and podcast, we've had sports stars. Last week we had the fastest man in the world. We had sports trainers, guys who trained one of the youngest F1 drivers outside there. We've had lay practitioners and people who practices based on spirituality. And it's all about meditation, creating mental strength and how things can drive forward, which is in the name of this, is how you create self-leadership. Tonight I speak to Father Laurence Freeman. Father Laurence is very, very special to me, as it is through him that I have been reintroduced to the practice of meditation. It's 2 years since I met Father Laurence in London, where in his outhouse, shall we say, the house outside his monastery, we've had a lovely lunch, lovely meditation, and reawakened in me a desire to learn and a desire to find. Also, Father Laurence's roots are in County Cork, the same as mine. So in advance, let me apologize, because I can't predict where two Corkmen go on a webinar. Tonight's format basically is Father Laurence and I will have a quick chat. Then I've got a few set up questions with Father Laurence. Then we will open it to the 20, 30 participants that we have, who I'm assuming are eager to ask questions. And seeing where we are on time, we may even have a chance to do a bit of meditation practice. I'm not sure. We'll see how succinct we can be. Again, both of us being from Cork, that's a difficulty. So let's start. And Father Laurence, it's a great pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you again, Des.
Yes. So what I would want to ask as the first question inside here is, right, maybe you can give a little bit of your personal journey as to how you've ended up in both meditation and where you've ended up here sitting in lovely sunny France in May 2020.
Well, that's a very leading question, but I'll try and cut it down to the bare essentials. I was born actually in London. My mother was from Cork, and the older I get, the more Irish I feel. And living as I do now in France, in post-Brexit Britain, it's much easier and safer to be Irish than British. But I was introduced to meditation in my early 20s by another Irish monk, Benedictine monk called John Main, who became my spiritual teacher. And discovering meditation was a great moment and the beginning of a journey that is continuing to change my life. I should say at the beginning that I don't think meditation solves all your problems or all the problems of the world overnight, but it does give a new approach to the challenges and the meaning of life. And the way I understand meditation is it's not just short-term benefits, but it's the deeper fruits of our human spiritual and intellectual and emotional and physical dimension. It's the fruits of our full humanity that are realized by this practice. And meditation is a universal wisdom. We find it in all of the great wisdom traditions of humanity.